What is up, everybody? Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Welcome to the channel, everyone. We are currently on Ziggy's account. We're back at it. Probably you guys remember that crazy shard pull that we've done on his account a week or 2 weeks ago, where we pulled 3 legendaries in the same time pull from Void Shards, which was mind-blowing, absolutely nuts. Now, do not get intimidated by this account, guys. This account is absolutely crazy, right? In terms of pretty much everything that you're about to see on it. I wanted to do this video for a very long time, but I didn't got lucky enough to pull a 6-star soul for my Seer, so we're gonna do it from this account. World's strongest Seer, guys. And it's not necessarily the best gear out there from everyone's accounts or anything like that. It's just that once you manage to awaken her to 6-star and giving her crushing rend, she kind of like becomes next level. She becomes so damn powerful for dungeon waves, Doom Tower. Even now she's very powerful, but she is getting even crazier with the awakening. Now, before we move over to check out the champion, to see the build and see what sort of numbers a fully awakened Seer can drop, I just want to let you guys know, if you enjoyed the music you hear in the video, I partner up with Soundstripe. They have an amazing music library, so if you're a content creator, a music enthusiast, just looking for some new music to jam on, definitely check them out. The link will be in the description down below or in the pinned comment. Plus, I can save you 15% on checkout by using code Skratch. Plus, they have free subscriptions as well, guys. Plus, they have tons of awesome stuff. So, what are you waiting for? World's strongest Seer, or at least we can call her like this. Look at that beauty. 6-star awakened. Man, I'm definitely waiting for mine. The reason why 6-star makes such a massive difference, guys, is because of Crushing Rend. Now, this is a pretty solid blessing, and it really becomes insane once you reach the 6-star, because every hit will ignore a percentage of the target's defense, will ignore 1% defense for every 10 levels. So just think about it like that. When you're fighting waves, they have like what, level 200 plus. You're going in the Doom Tower level 200 plus, maybe even 300. I can't even remember. So imagine how much defense you're gonna ignore because of this blessing. Of course, you're gonna have her built on a Savage set, a crit damage set, just to maximize her stats to full potential. And this is the build that we have on her. I actually had to move a bit some gear around. If this would be on my account, I would have a bit of more crit damage and probably Ward Master on her. But that's fine, we're gonna leave it for another time. Maybe one day Skratch will get a 6-star Seer too. Total stats on her, guys, be ready. 62k HP, 2.9k attack. She benefits from attack only on the A1, so you don't really have to worry about that. Just get as much crit damage and full crit rate on her. 206 speed, 100% crit rate. She definitely needs that if you want to make sure that she's gonna nuke. Seer, she strips buffs, removes buffs, and if you have a crit rate buff on her, she's gonna remove it and deal the damage after. So you're gonna lose the crit rate buff, so you cannot run her with 70% crit rate. Keep that in mind. 354 crit damage. Now imagine if we would be able to empower epic champions as well. That would be crazy. So these are the stats. 255 accuracy, pretty low on accuracy, but we're not doing too bad. I actually haven't even checked if it's an accuracy banner on her, and it is. In terms of masteries, we have offense and support 3 now. He has flawless execution on her as a tier 6, which is fine. It's not a problem at all, actually. It's just gonna make her even more powerful, and you're gonna get to see all those juicy numbers on the crit damage stat. 350 plus is just nuts. I have on mine War Master though. And if you are able to get 350 crit damage without a flawless execution, that is absolutely amazing. Most probably it's not gonna happen for a lot of you guys out there, because it's pretty intense. You gotta get very lucky with some of the rolls. Triple crit damage, triple crit rate, even quads. And yeah, you guys know the chances to get those are very minimal, and it requires a lot of farming in order to get that done. Evil Eye is a must on her, and of course you want to get Ruthless Ambush, you want to get the Heart of Glory, you want to get Bring It Down. All this will actually help you when you are either hitting waves or bosses, you know. So this is the build that we have on Seer. Now, if you would ask me, Skratch, would you take any other blessing on Seer? No, there is literally no other blessing that would benefit Seer more than this. Now, one thing you guys need to remember when we're talking about Seer, the more buffs we have, the more damage we're gonna do. So what this does for our team is that we're gonna be able to run a team with less buffs, right? Make it more consistent, maybe make it faster. Don't rely on champions that don't have defense down unresistible, like a Lydia or something like that. Lydia, she's amazing with her, but she's slow. She can get resisted on defense down, and kind of like everything gets messed up. Well, if you're able to change all that around, having a Seer as powerful as this is actually nuts. So what we're gonna do first, guys, because on stage 25 on the dungeons, the Fire Knight and the Dragon has the tankiest mobs, right? And that is actually pretty annoying sometimes, especially if you don't have powerful champions to rack the waves. It's gonna take you quite a bit of time to kill it. You know, 21 seconds on stage 25 is just crazy. Like, he has 4 Theodores. I've done a run with that, and I was like, bro, you gotta leave some Theodores for us as well. Like, they've done it in 28 seconds. I need to get more Theodores as well. Seems like it, because damn, I didn't thought that 4 Theodores will just melt the waves and the boss so fast. So yeah, it's hard for him to justify using Seer in the Dragon. But what I do want to check is if we're gonna throw in a lot of buffs, like a lot of buffs, what sort of damage we're gonna get. Like, I'm so damn curious about that. So let's do something stupid a bit, you know. We're gonna bring in Lydia, we're gonna bring in Seer, and we're gonna try to bring in as many buffs as possible. So we have block debuffs, increased defense, we have strengthen, we have increased speed, we lack an increased attack, maybe an increased accuracy, and that should put us in a pretty good spot, right? I'm not sure how fast is this Duchess. She is faster than Seer for the first wave. That's kind of like what we want to see. I think Lydia is on a shield set, plenty of buffs in there. So we need to bring in another buff. A Battle Khazara would be amazing. Let me just check that. So that would be actually perfect. Maybe I can even drop Duchess for Battle Khazar and some other champion. We got to think about it, guys, because the more buffs we have, actually even better. We're gonna combo it like this. We already have increased speed, so we definitely don't need Sif in there. And now we need to find a Battle Khazar. And that should literally do the job for us, guys. I feel like that could potentially be pretty crazy. I would be surprised if we don't find a Battle Khazar. I haven't prepared one from before, but I'm pretty sure we have one in here. Hopefully they all have kind of like the right speeds. I'm gonna manual because I want to see the numbers. Like, what sort of numbers we're gonna get with so many buffs, right? There we go, 2 continuous heals. Do that. Oh my god. Look at all those buffs. How many we have? 2, 4, 6, 8 buffs, guys. Are you ready to see a meltdown in here? I'm so curious about... Are we gonna hit a million? Are we gonna hit a million? I'm very curious. Wow, 1.4 million. Jesus. That is just disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I haven't seen the numbers to the right side, but I've seen the one further left. 1.4 million is just wow. No chance any of these waves will actually survive, and that is just crazy. Now, what I'm curious to see, Ziggy, I'm gonna waste some of your energy. I'm sure it's not gonna be the biggest issue that we're gonna have. Probably like yeah, near a refill. I'm gonna waste near a refill in there. So we're gonna look for Ghostborn. What I want to see now, Ghostborn is on a shield set, right? I want to see if, like this, we're going to be able to one-shot them or get close to it. We don't have a lot of buffs because I only have 2 champions in the team. But then I'm going to try to add more champions. I just kind of like want to see how powerful it is. Like having Savage, Crushing Rand, and everything on her, you know? And yeah, we don't one-shot them. And that makes perfect sense because we only had like 5 buffs. We didn't have more allies. But that was still pretty impressive. Like, we almost got to one-shotting them. And that's for stage 25, which is definitely very crazy. If you would have Ramantu, like if you got lucky enough to complete all your missions, I know Tag Team Arena is a struggle for a lot of you guys out there to get to Gold 1. It can be very painful. There are a lot of crazy accounts out there that are at lower level. Like, I'm seeing some Krakens that are just playing for a few months, and it's just mind-blowing. Honestly, mind-blowing. They completed all the Plarium program points, the first part and the second, where you don't get a champion anymore, which you cannot see unless you complete everything on the first one. And I'm like, wow, you know, like, you just started playing the game, my god, you know, like, mind-blowing. But let's just put in some champions. We're just gonna put in some fodders. We don't need them to do anything, you know. I'm just using fodders because I don't know what speeds he has on the champions, you know. So we're gonna go like this. I'm not sure who's faster, who's slower. So right now we're gonna have some buffs, right? We have the shield on everybody, we have increased attack, and I'm pretty convinced that we're gonna snap them like this. Bang. No chance to survive. I've seen a 357k, I think was a 500k next to him. I haven't seen the other three numbers to the right, but now you can just do that. No blood shield accessories, no nothing else required, right? So you don't need to have other champions to go in front of Seer to activate the blood shield, because like this you're gonna be able to instantly wreck the wave, you know. So we wasted that energy, which is fine. Now if we're gonna do a run, for example, on Fire Knight stage 25, and again I'm warning you, do not get intimidated by what you're about to see here, okay? I think my mom told me when I was a kid like this. She took me on the side and said Skratch, but of course she didn't say Skratch, but dream big, that's what she told me, and I'm still doing it. Do a crazy ass Yumeko. So yeah, this is actually pretty disgusting to have a team like this. But here, for example, we're only gonna have the exact same amount of buffs, right? We have Ghostborn, which gives us the shield, the defense down, you know, and from here on we're just gonna be able to knock them down. I've seen that even if somebody gets a protected buff or anything like that, those they cannot be removed anyway, you know. But look how fast she's just melting the waves. It's just crazy. I cannot wait to get mine to 6-star. So many times when I see her in the shop at 5-star, I'm so tempted to just click on it and buy it, but then I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'll prefer to save it for something else, because anyway I can kill the waves with the build that I have on her. Even a 4-star, I think I have 4-star on mine, just getting the extra crit damage and ignoring even 2-3% extra defense is still pretty massive in terms of ensuring that you're always gonna kill the waves. Because sometimes, like on the older Fire Knight teams, a lot of times you were kind of like being at the point where, damn, I left this much HP on a target, so another champion needs to go in and take a turn for you to have that done, you know. And there we go, 3 million damage, which is mind-blowing. So talking about Ramantu and Doom Tower, he didn't manage to complete the missions for Ramantu just yet, but we are pretty close. Like, he literally has a few. The glyphs kept him away for a very long time. It happened to me as well for like months. I got stuck on the glyph missions. They're just horrendous, man. Honestly, to get the glyphs and then to manage to hit the right things on them is just so freaking painful. So when we are talking about Doom Tower, guys, you need to use quite a few buffs if you're hoping for Seer to one-shot all the waves. And you're gonna need to have a champion to reset the skills if you want to create a team with Seer, and then you need to bring support to have the buffs, right? And the best thing that you could do instead is you can drop one support now, so you don't need to have so many buffs, and you're gonna be able to bring in Ramantu. So the reason for it, you're gonna encounter teams on the Doom Tower that have Rotos, that have Mortuma Cubs, that have all sorts of champions that have wonky passives that don't allow them to get one shot, you know, like Elegaius. They can be so annoying because he's gonna hold you back. So if you have that, you could use Ramantu instead, drop some of the buffs because you're not gonna need them anymore. Like, if we're gonna have a look right here, 108, they are level 300. You're gonna ignore 30% of the defense plus the Savage set, which is just gonna take you to 55% ignore defense, which is just crazy. And you're gonna be able to rack all this without having too many buffs, you know. So it's definitely gonna be very powerful for this. If you have Calvalexes and other stuff like this and you're running Poison Detonation, then yeah, you're not really gonna have to worry about that. What I do want to try is to have an arena fight, and yes, you can use Seer in arena. Of course, she's not amazing for Platinum Arena. Gold 5, you're gonna struggle on the higher Gold 5. But if you don't have a damn series, you don't have different champions, while you're progressing through arena, you're farming your medals, Seer can actually serve a role for both, you know, street buffs and nuke at the same time. So we're gonna attempt to find a team that we can potentially wreck, you know. I'm not sure how fast are his champions either, because I haven't really checked all the builds, but we're gonna give it a go and see where it takes us, you know. What do we have in here? Let's see. A team that could potentially get wrecked, you know. No, actually I see the Mountain King. We're gonna go against this. Godseeker and Eerie can revive after, it doesn't matter. We are not too stressed about what is happening here. We're gonna try to bring in another Siphi. I need to have Siphi just to make sure I'm gonna go in. This, they don't look to be pretty fast. It's just one thermometer booster, no threat after. I doubt it that Tormin is gonna be extremely fast, and I don't think it's really gonna do much to us, you know. So we wanna have some nice champions in here. I kind of like wanna let them buff, so I'm not gonna use Yumeko to lock them actually, because I want them to buff, you know. If they buff, we're gonna be better off. So we're gonna do that. Even if we lose the first 2 fights, doesn't really matter. He's already at 0 points. That's how much people love Tag Team Arena. I can't blame any of you guys. I cannot blame any of you, because that's kind of like the situation with that. And we're gonna bring in more accuracy, just in case, because I don't really have much accuracy on Seer at the moment. She doesn't really have that sort of build. Let's see if we can actually one-shot this champion. So right now, they are at level 60. We're only gonna ignore with the blessing 6 extra defense, right? So that's gonna take us to a 31%. And probably for this sort of content, you would want to have Helm Smasher. But again, is fine. So skip battle. This person is gonna get pretty excited. My god, I just won 2 fights against these crazy champions without knowing what's happening, which is fine. So there we go. I could have brought in a Lydia actually here, just to drop that defense down on them, but I feel like it's not a necessity. Like, look how many buffs I have. 5. Some of them they have more because of the shield. Can we one-shot them without defense down? Seer, don't let me down. Don't let me down. Oh yeah, she survived actually. I have a feeling that we hit reaction, because I've seen the red numbers there, so I think it was not a crit there, which is fine. But that's pretty good. You can use her like this as well if you have a Seer, guys. Especially if you're progressing through the game, you're lacking some other nukers. She does require to have a decent build if you want her to do the job. She needs a bit of accuracy, so it might be a bit harder. But if you're struggling with buff strippers and stuff like that, she's actually gonna be a very, very solid option. So let's bring it home. Let's win this fight and bring it home. We're gonna call it here. Seer is an absolute beast. I wish they would make more epic champions similar with Seer, and not necessarily to have the exact same skill, but just to be at this sort of caliber, you know, to be so powerful. Godseeker and Eerie is another one of them actually. Love Godseeker and Eerie, she's such a powerful champion. And even though we froze a bit in here, we should be taking that Tormin down before making many other moves, you know. But yeah, I would love to see another super powerful epic champion coming to the game, you know. We lost 1 point in here. What's 0 minus 1? I feel like, yeah, nothing is really gonna happen. But guys, that was all for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you love Seer or you don't? Would you love to have a 6-star Awakened Seer? I would definitely love to have that. Hopefully one day it will happen. But that was all for this video. Big shout out to my buddy Ziggy for letting me jump on his account to do this video. And appreciate all of you guys watching. I'll catch you all soon in the next video. Peace.